Okay, well, we got a mail call today, and it's a Hogue. Waiting for this one on a little bit of a delay through the postal system, as has been happening this time of year and during all the stuff that's going on. At any rate, this old sword here, and we have another Hogue knife for you. One I've been waiting for a little bit. Comes in a nice big box for a small guy. And this is the Deka 24266. It is a 3.25 inch able lock folder, wharnecliff. Let's take a look. I think I opened the other end. We have a big box. And look at that little pouch. That's a tiny little guy. I'm used to the bigger Hogue Sig pouches that you get. And I was impressed by the smallness, frankly. Let's take a look. And yes, here we have the Hogue Deka, all black version. I actually wanted the satin with the blue Damascus. Really couldn't find it anywhere at the price I was looking for, so I opted for this one. It's kind of classy in all black. So what is the Hogue Deka? I think when it first came out, people were saying, oh, it's the bug out killer, so on and so forth. You know, everything's a big contest, this against that. And that might very well have been Hogue's answer to the bug out. But it's a nice knife in its own right. We have a nice Cerakote finish. We have a very interesting Allen Elishewitz blade design, which is a compound grind, wharnecliff, flat here, angle up here, some nice swedge work on the top, blade flat there, got some useful jimping, does grab you just enough without chewing your thumb up. Double thumb studs, open back with 1, 2, 3 standoffs, and a clip that from the time I first saw it in photographs, didn't think I'd like it very much, and it will probably see a deep carry replacement. Not sure I'm all flabbergasted by the Hogue branding on the clip there, just a little loud. I know they do it so they can get some notoriety, but yeah, I don't want to advertise it when it's in the pocket. So I am told that there are some ZT clips that will fit this. I'm going to go check them out. I've seen some other guys put them on there. So I just need to bring that knife so that it sits a little deeper in the pocket, especially for a small knife. Let's give you something to look at while I'm reading off a few specs from the Hogue site, from the trusty cell phone. Blade length 3¼ inches, closed length 4.25 inches overall. Overall open length 7½ inches. Weight an amazing 2.3 ounces. So it's right in there in the bug out territory weight wise. It's got a blade thickness quite thin of 0.094 inches. And it's made of a high-end CPM 20 CV stainless steel. Hardness 59 to 61 Rockwell, cryogenically heat-treated black Cerakote, and a hand-honed edge. Utilizes the Able locking system. Will carry right hand and left hand tip up. And the Able lock, by the way, as you probably know from a previous review of a K320 Hogue that I did, the Tonto version, that it's more or less their takeoff on Benchmade's, now off of whatever. It's late, sorry folks. Off of copyright. Thank you. I don't know who I thanked. Thank the other half of my mind that's working. So, opens and closes very easily. One thing I noticed is my axis locks, I have to pull both sides back in order to get it to glide back. With the Hogue, all that's needed is one side. Very nice. One side to open, one side to close, and I got to get back a little bit so you can see that. Very smooth on washers. Some of the smoothest action on washers I think I've ever encountered. Just that thing just glides out effortlessly. And yet it stays in pretty good. You can flick it open with a shake, even without using the lock. So that's interesting. And yet, because of the blade shape, you don't have too many worries there. That point goes way down in the handle. Nose is down in the handle. There is your space filler for the left side carry. And again, I am going to look into another clip I think a lot of people have. Can be flicked open with the thumb studs, closed with the axis lock, pulling it back, or the Able lock, excuse me. Pull back on those lock mechanisms and you can flick it open, flick it close. I think I kind of prefer the thumb studs. So it's a light guy, it's a small guy. For comparisons today, let's put it up against another small EDC knife. Yes, the wee Banter. And the Deka looks like it's a bigger guy than the wee Banter. And it is. Wee Banter is under 3 inches in blade length, while the Deka is 3 1/4. And the Deka has a longer hand-filling handle than the wee Banter. Although I do like the wee Banter. Nice knife. Glad I was able to get a hold of one. Of course, that's a liner lock. And this is your Able lock, aka axis lock. I saw on Outpost 76 where he'd recontoured the handle. I don't think I'm going to need to do that. I think he's got a little bigger paw than me. And I've got a little bit left over on the end. Got some good jimping here for the thumb. Got a forward thumb placement if I want to use that. There's your nice hand-honed edge, and it is sharp. How sharp is it? Well, let's see if we can show you. Here we have the Hogue Deka versus paper. Yeah. You could possibly get it in focus. That would make the experience a little better. It is a sharp one at any point on the blade. So CPM 20CV sharpened the way they did on this one. You've got nothing to worry about. And since it's a little higher HRC, you're going to want to sharpen it on diamond most likely when you do sharpen it. Brief comparison here. Up against the Griptilian. Griptilian is a longer, higher handled blade. See if we can even them up and make it a fair contest. Oh yeah, so we've got a good inch, almost what appears to be about an inch and a half, inch and a quarter longer overall. Just so you got an idea. It's a small knife. Again, it's 7.5 inches. It's in bug out territory. I think I'm liking it. Nice millwork on the handle. Fairly grippy. Nice coating on the blade. They say it holds up very well. An interesting blade shape by Mr. Elishewitz. And you'll see this design, maybe not quite this design, but something similar with his wharnecliffs on some of the other blades from Hogue. So the Hogue Deka, I've finally gotten around to getting one and reviewing it, and I believe it will be a nice little EDC knife. Although I'm not prone to using or carrying small knives, this one could be a good candidate. Hope you like this video and that you subscribe if you haven't already. Have a good evening, have a good day, have a good morning, whenever it is that you see this. And the holidays are upon us. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays, whatever it is you're celebrating. Be well, and we will see you soon. This old sword signing off.